And let's go. Green light. Whenever I pull out of here, most of the times I have to roll my window down because if you can't tell, everything's all foggy, and I have to kind of see through it all. But today, I guess it's not crazy terrible to where I can actually see through it and make things happen. Because that's what I like to do, make stuff happen. Okay. We're good. We did it. It's been an awesome, chill morning, and I'm like, I think I got more sleep last night than I have gotten in the last year. Laid down with kids, shut the TV off by 8. I think we were asleep. Had to be asleep by 8:30, probably 8:15. I don't feel comfortable changing lanes because I can't even see as I change lanes. But okay, now the windshield's good. Now we're moving. Your car takes a minute, kind of like I take a minute to heat up, to figure itself out. But it's kind of nice. I pull out of my neighborhood, car's cold, right? Sometimes I'll go out there, turn it on, heat it up. Pull out of the neighborhood, car's still cold. Even if you blast the heater, it's blowing out cold. A car takes a minute or 2 or 5 to heat up. But this road that I had jam on, good old Mohawk, you're able to get up to speed. And once this thing's up to speed, man, it heats up super quick. So typically around here, got a good old red light up ahead. Typically around here is when my vehicle starts to heat up, and then you could start cranking things, everything clears up, it becomes warm in here, kids stop crying saying it's cold, you know what I mean? Which is a beautiful thing. And I think that's true with us. If you wake up and mosey around and just kind of go slow, it's gonna take your time. Gonna take you time to get up and running where you want to be. Your body warmed up, you know what I mean? If you wake up and organize your morning to where it's like, I'm up and I'm moving and we're going and I'm on my feet, your body will typically respond in a positive way and get you up and running a lot quicker than if you weren't. And so, what is the takeaway? I had a pretty slow morning. I think it's good to have a mix of wake up and kind of just allow yourself time to get up and moving. But there is a superpower inside of you that says, if you don't just wake up and get on your phone and sit around for 3 hours, if you get up and start walking, if you get up and start moving, if you get up and sit in a steam room, if you get up and start doing, your body will respond quickly and wake up. And it's a fantastic thing for your body to wake up quickly, because that's what we're all trying to do. That's why we wake up. You know what I mean? Anyway, if you don't know what I mean, that's all good. The trailer is under construction. Again, I brought it in for the high school students to mess with, and they found out that when all the solar and everything was hooked up, the wire that goes from the inverter that is supposed to come up and charge the batteries wasn't plugged in. Wasn't plugged into where it needed to be plugged in. With solar, there's a lot of extra lines and connections, and they found the line that comes from the inverter, and it turns out that it needs to get plugged into the right spot. So I fixed an inverter, and guess what? That wasn't the problem. It just wasn't hooked up where it needed to be hooked up. So whether or not the old inverter worked or not, again, it's in the trash, so I will never know. But hopefully by today, everything gets hooked up to now where when I plug my trailer in, things start charging. I used to plug my trailer in and everything on the inside that is supposed to work with the trailer plugged in worked. But little did I know that those batteries were not getting charged. It's kind of like the sleep study that I did. I've been sleeping a lot, but if I am not sleeping appropriately or well, then maybe I am not getting the rest that my body wants to have. And so sometimes you're doing everything right. You've checked all the wires, you've checked all the fuses, and just something is not plugged in. You could be chasing after success, doing everything, but if you are missing, no matter what you do, how hard you work, if you are missing the right connections to get you from here to there, it doesn't matter what you do. And you might need somebody else's help to help connect the dots. And so if you are like me, where you're like, nope, I'm going to do everything myself, I'm going to do it all. I could have brought this darn thing in last week, but I'm like, no, I could switch an inverter. That must be the problem. I could have switched that inverter 90,000 times to never charge my batteries when it's plugged in. Seeking help and guidance from somebody who's been there and done that and knows that within a couple minutes they can look at it and solve the problem. Man, that will save you a week's worth of time. It'll save you $100 for a converter. And when you're camping this weekend and you have fully charged batteries, you'll be like, wow, my batteries are fully charged. This is fantastic, you know? So anyway, all that to say, it's day 90 for me, and I am reminded often how the person that I'm doing this whole thing for the most is myself. If you watch it, sweet. If you don't watch it, even better. I'm like, this is for me and my own, like, hey, I did it. I'm doing it. I said, I'm doing, I'm conquering. Maybe I'm learning. Maybe I'm growing. Maybe, I'm following the process, and I'm proud of that. And that is something I can control. I can't control much else. But if I focus on what I'm controlling and what I can control and control it to the best of my abilities, man, then you know what? That's a fantastic thing. So, my brother and I weigh in on Fridays. Today's Thursday. So I'm already thinking about weighing in tomorrow morning when I wake up. And it's holding me accountable to, hey, dude, don't eat a carton of ice cream today. Had a fantastic breakfast. Stomach's back to feeling great. But it's making me make good decisions today because I'm like, hey, I know I got to weigh in tomorrow. I know what I weighed last week. 1 187.2. The week before that, I was 188.6. So I was down like a pound and a half ish. So I'm going to weigh in tomorrow. My brother's going to weigh in tomorrow. And we get again, that number that pops up doesn't determine how good I feel or how good a shape I'm in or whatever. It does determine the choices I made for the week, you know? I'm not focused on that, but again, high school students, if you are in, I'm going to turn this heat on my face. If you are getting sucky grades, don't focus on the grades themselves. Focus on what you're doing throughout the week when you're doing it. Progress reports are probably due in less than a month. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing today, this week, to get those grades up? Once those grades come up, doesn't mean how smart you are. It tells you whether or not the stuff you're doing is working. And with my little stomach thing, you know, it kind of threw off my workout week, but I've been able to, you know, hone into the things that I'm shoving into my body. And so, anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited for the weigh in because it gives you the information that you need, that you've been working towards. It's that little thing. And again, what happens if I gain weight? It could mean a lot of things. Could mean I gained muscle and lost fat, which is a wonderful thing. That's what eventually we want to happen, right? It is crazy foggy out here, and I'd be surprised if some of the schools do not have a fog delay. I'm looking at the sun, but I could barely see its outline because it is stinking foggy out here. Didn't even think to check for fog delay stuff. But I bet Arvin, I bet Independence, I bet you guys had school delays today. But doesn't matter because we're here, and that's all she wrote. Hi, sheep. See the sheep out the window? If you don't see the sheep out the window, oh, I think you saw a sheep out the window. Hey, peace.